Oh God, long before him. Fuck's sake, I started offshores. Have you that on?
No, right.
If it comes to lies, if we get good, you know, because farmers say we're economical with the truth. We don't do lies.
Am I better like that now, or like that, or whatever?
Why you want to relax?
Yeah, yeah.
You relax.
Okay.
Okay.
I remember that.
Whenever was I?
Talk to the camera.
Right,
Talk to you. Yeah. Jesus Christ, I think
This is where it gets tough.
Jesus Christ, shut up, John. Just get on with it. The FCA Pipe Band is an independent unit from the FCA, formed in 1947.
So it's been a great history. I'm just delighted to be part of it. We do come under tough times, and we'd like to continue it and continue to be part of the history of the town and to bring some warmth and, I suppose, music to the town and a bit of happiness if we can.
The band, it means it's keeping tradition going. Like it's been a family thing. It's always been around my entire life.
So piping, there's nothing like it in the world.
For the band itself, this is 75th year of foundation at the end of October. You know, it's a big year, like.
My name is John Bennett. I joined the band in 1964 as a tenor drummer.
My name is Pascal Bulger and I'm pipe major of the New Ross FCA Pipe Band. Have that privilege now for approximately 15 years. I joined the band, I suppose, when I was around 10 or 11.
Hi, my name is Jack Rowan. I play the pipes and I joined the band in 2017.
My name is John Rowan. I'm a tenor drummer with the FCA Pipe Band. I joined it in 1993.
My name is Martin Bradley. I'm a retired pipe major of the New Ross FCA Pipe Band. I joined the band in 1957.
The FCA Pipe Band is an independent unit from the FCA, formed in 1947 to make up a band. They thought there was need for a band in the town at the time by ex-FCA, LDF members, and then they formed the band in 1947.
It's part of the history of the town now at this stage. It is 75 years and it's wonderful to be celebrating 75 years. But there's been pipe bands in New Ross going back for maybe another 50 or more years before that. And I think maybe the FCA band took up some of that mantle.
It just means tradition to me and pride in the town. It's all made up mainly of locals. So New Ross, you know, there's a lot of family history attached to families. We say from the Daltons, you had the Bulgers, Murphys, Mourns, you know, it goes way back, and then there's connection with O'Hanlon, the original O'Hanlon Pipe Band.
The band, it means it's keeping tradition going. Like it's been a family thing. It's always been around my entire life. I've heard the band, I've heard about the band. My father's been in the band for 30-something years now. We have family in the band. Our pipe major, Pascal Bulger, our pipe sergeant. Well, we're not related, but he's somewhere mixed up with it. Our drum sergeant, Sue Furlong, he's a cousin of ours, and Billy Ronan as well, he's another piper in the band. So we're all related in some way. So it's always been there, and it's good to keep the tradition going.
Without the people in Ross we couldn't survive. The Ross people kept us going with field days and Sunday collection, once a year. They were very generous to us.
Their generosity went out beyond all expectations. And when I say that, I'm talking to 1974 when we lost all our equipment in the fire, and we went to the general public, and within a couple of months we had the money back to replace all the instruments that were damaged in the fire.
Oh, magnificently! You couldn't get better, if you're at, when you'd really see when you're, apart from the emotional support, on the parades and that, but the financial support, any time the band ever had churchgate collection, the people, we didn't know you were here today, you know what I mean, and they give you your last penny, just brilliantly.
Where the FCA uniform came from originally, there were a lot of pipers in the army.
You're wearing the uniform with pride, as the fellow says,
It's a very different uniform. It is almost ex-military, but it's different to a lot of other pipe bands. I love the uniform because it's so different, and it's so distinctive.
You have the saffron kilt, of course. That's the Irish kilt, and then the uniform, the tunic would be the green tunic is coming from the FCA. Would have been the army issue originally, and is unique to that. So it was always carried down, and then you have the hats and that. They changed over the years from various to the present caps we have, but the spats, the uniform hasn't really changed since the early days.
We got a Karen Ross uniform, which he done a great job. Connolly, a lot of people will remember him. He used to live down in Mary Street. So then we turned to the FCA officers, who'll be getting a change of uniform every so often, the lovely jackets.
If I was to sum up the FCA pipe band, it'd be pride. I think every member of the band has pride in the band.
The FCA pipe band, if you ask me about the FCA pipe band, the FCA pipe bands would be very loyal to the people of New Ross.
To word it in one word, to me, it was a brilliant organisation. I just used the one word. They were brilliant, and brilliant company to be in, and brilliant characters. And now we have men and women, and I say we should go to the next level, we'd be excellent, hopefully.
One word, it's pride.
as the record over the years and being going and keeping going, and the attitude is still there to keep going, go further. Brilliant. Brilliant. My belief anyway. All we're short of is a few new members. If we could, and I'll say this now at the end of the film, well, I think it's the end of it anyway, that anyone out there that wants to join the pipe band, there's no ties. Come in and learn your instrument, get a uniform, turn off here, practice as much as you can, not interfering with your own private life. Come to outings as many as you can, and that's simple loyalty and enjoyment, you know. No more can I say, like, they're welcome. There's no ties. You won't be sent out to the war or anything because you're supposed to be a member of the FCA. No longer either. You don't have to be in the FCA. You're a civvy, and always will be a civvy. That's all I can say about it.
Brilliant, man. Fair play. For a lad who didn't have much to say.
I'll wait for that. John Bennett comes second.
He came second. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it, John. That's perfect.
Is it?
That's fantastic. Yeah. Well done. Fantastic. That's it.
There.
Fair play, Pat. That's everything I need.
That's all right.
Spot on.
That's all right.
Aye, I want to show you. Waffle.